bye has come at just the right time for the Highlanders as the players now head overseas for their first match away from New Zealand, rested and recovered nicely for their first trip here in Australia, Suncorp Stadium in Queensland for round 6 of the 2016 Super Rugby season. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornflakes Crib, your home of Rugby Challenge 2 and the Highlanders' career, where it is now 2016 and we are trucking on into round 6 of the season, and it is to Queensland to face the Reds, where the Highlanders this week, and the Red side are coming into this match in some very, very good form, very clutch finishing form as well. When you look at their last two results, both victories, which is the first thing that will be pleasing this Reds team, but it is the manner of these victories that will please them even more. When you have a look against the Western Force, they won that by 4 points, 22-18. That is at the death winning at its best, but it gets even better for the Reds. 22-21, they took out the Cheetahs last week, and that again is just, that is how you finish a match. That is nerves of steel, and that is a team that knows how to do the job at the end of the 80 minutes. Their team, though, has stayed relatively true to the Queensland side of old, keeping those key men in the team, the likes of Holmes, Flanger, Slipper along the front row, Horwell still there, Robinson and Gill in the back row, and then it's the twinkle toes out the back with Guinea, Cooper, Fiawi, Sortia, there's Toa there as well, along with Turner, making up a very Queensland-looking team throughout the whole squad. They are looking good, they've had some good form, and they'll be wanting to keep that going here at home. Now the Highlanders have been showing excellent form as you've been watching this series. 3 wins, 3 bonus point wins, and they are looking one of the best teams to come out of New Zealand once again this season. Their recent form has seen them 32-7 over the Hurricanes, 38-0 over the Crusaders, and last week they got their, well, 2 weeks ago it was, of course the bye was last week, they had their first real tester of a match, 26-17 over the Bulls. But boy, it was not until those final 15 or so minutes that the Highlanders really got into top gear and showed what they're all about. The team has stayed relatively similar today, just one real change with Moen coming in on the blind side for Nasi Manu. Otherwise the team's the same. Folau keeps us spotted outside centre, familiar with these Australian conditions. How will he manage here against his former countryman? Well, of course, still Australian, but playing with the New Zealand side. How will he manage here against the Reds? Points on offer, as always, but such an important time of the season for both these teams. We do look set to go here. Robinson with the ball at halfway. A fit team for the Highlanders. They are rearing to go here. And they couldn't ask for a better time to get this match up underway. Robinson kicks us off. Away to the left he goes. Folau chasing hard. And it is taken from Gill, who goes over the top for Turner. And straight into touch go the Reds. Of course, playing in the red today, the Reds. Something not so ironic about that. The Highlanders in the blue. As we'll get the first look at the line-outs, it's Matu'u to throw in. Oh, he's given it straight to Horwell, and away to the Reds to the back line. It's Cooper, pumps this into the sky, and straight into touch. No even thinking of playing some twinkles there from Quade Cooper. He just went straight to the line. First line out, a mess up from Matu'u. And that's not really where the Highlanders are looking. Here's a second chance. Oh, again, it's stolen from Orwell. And again, the Reds go to the back line. Good play from Cooper. Finds Fiawi Sortia. Now the chance out of the left here. It's Bolokoro who goes charging into the benchman tackle. The Reds are looking fantastic here. They got their set piece. Humming as Holmes goes wide. Gill opens it up outside us. Again for Aiden Toa. He offloads and is keeping alive for Murphy. And here's Faianga who goes to ground in the tackle of Afoa. The Reds are all over this game at the moment. Now they swing it to the right. Once again, Toa keeping it alive, keeping it up there. Beautiful ball, and it's a try for Toa. He's been in the action all match so far. And Aiden Toa opens us up. The Reds take the lead at home. Oh, so many offloads in that it was hard to keep up. There's Guinea. Short pass. Here's Tuller again, finding Horwell, who went back. There was Slipper, who delivered that vital final pass. And what a play, what a run. Finished the forwards in this play. Did very well. Horwell was very good. And finished from Tuller, the youngster. And outside centre, he was involved in the build-up to that play numerous times. And once again, the Highlanders concede the first points of the match. We've seen that last match from them, and they struggled to get back in as Cooper, with the conversion, the wind will blow it away. Well, the Highlanders just could not get their hands on the ball there. 2 line-out throws. One was just a few metres out from the Reds' try line, and they bombed that. Then they lost the clearing kick line-out, and it was all Reds from there. And now they trail on the scoreboard as well. Here's Robinson. Hasn't had the ball in his hand, neither of any of his backs. As up it goes again, it's Toa. Oh, finally taken down from Filatau. And he gets the ball back. He pops it in field for Retallick. And here we go now. Highlanders off the ball. Smith goes to Matu'u. Oh, he's given it away. And away come the Reds already. Turnover ball, and Folau gets it back before throwing it once again. Away again. Feel we saw Tia picks this one up. Finds a pass to Turner, and his ball here for the Reds is, oh, that's a good one, and Turner's on the ball again. Finds it wide for Murphy. Gives it to Faianga. He's taken down from Aaron Smith. Great tackle from the scrum half. Oh, this is great work here from the Reds. Intercepted from Ben Smith. Up from fullback. He just skies himself straight to that ball and gets it back for the Highlanders. Here's Aaron Smith finding Robinson, who's going to look to use the wind to his advantage. Crossfield kick, looking to go over the head there. But Bolokoro picks it up and he kicks it straight to touch. Bit of a net gain there for the Highlanders. Looking to use that wind at their back to their advantage. But can they back their line out? That's the question. Matu'u once again will throw in. Will we see him in the team much longer if he keeps that throwing up? This time he nails it. Armitage swings wide for Robinson. Cuts back. Robbie Robinson looks to swing away from the fullback. But Cody Ray makes a great tackle. The Reds steaming into this ruck though, and they turn this ball over. Great work from the Queenslanders. There's a big shot coming in as they try double round with Murphy. And Murphy gets away from a couple of half-attempt tackles. And Armitage, away with the ball he goes. Crunching into the defence, Stefan Armitage. Good run from him. Oh, there's some room on the blind side. Aaron Smith spots it, finds to Osborne, and Osborne's over. Osborne gets the reply. And the Highlanders are back in the match. Patrick Osborne has been the powerhouse on the left. Still had Folau there as well. You see them go left. Aaron Smith was looking to his right, took a quick peek left and thought, wow, that's a lot of space. And look at that, just bulldozing over the top of the tackle of Guinea. And just crunched him into the turf. There was no way Guinea was going to stop the hard-running big man, Patrick Osborne. Israel Folau waiting on the wings, trying to get a bit of try-scoring form to kick his season off. Hasn't managed it so far in the number 13 jumper. But the scores are now level. 28 gone. The kicking of Robinson, well, that seems to have sparked this Highlanders team into life. Here's his conversion. Starts it wide. The wind catches on, and it's a ripper. Robbie Robinson, well, he's not just the pretty feet. He has steamed that through with an absolute cracking kick. It's 7-5, the Highlanders with the lead. And Quade Cooper's back on halfway. Well, knowing his team's behind because he missed a couple of extras as Matu'u finds the ball up for Tameafuna's thrown it away. That's a poor one. Oh, he had 3 men outside him that just weren't interested. The ball dribbles into touch. And a mistake there from the prop. Not what the Highlanders really wanted, but here's a line out for Faianga. Oh, it's knocked on! And that is a great piece of defensive work against Gillia. He can be such a handful. And he's been dealt with there. Let's check out the replay. Oh, straight into Armitage, who says no chance of going through there, son. And dislodges the ball in the tackle. Aaron Smith feeds the scrum against a bit of an old nemesis here. And Will Guinea. Oh, that's a good scrum too. Falatau picks it up, has a bit of a dabble with it, but goes to ground. Robinson's the only one on hand there, and he tries to hold it forward. Does a good enough job. Here's Aaron Smith. All through the backs he goes. Here's Afoa. Look at the speed of John Afoa. Finds Sherwin Stowers. And here we go. It's Stowers in for the number 2. Sherwin Stowers. Haven't seen him in action much. He's been pretty quiet on the wings, but he's got that beautifully down pat. Thanks to his big man, Afoa, with the massive bust up the middle. He's put the assist in. Here's Afoa. Look at him go. Forces a tackle from Ray, and it's curtains after that. Goodbye, Sherwin Stowers. Try-time Highlanders. This is... oh, that's a beautiful play. Afoa. Well, there was calls for him to be included a couple of weeks ago, and he's kept his spot. He's retained that position, and that will just cement that spot even further for him. Open play running. Afoa, big man in space. What a good show of speed he had as well. Robinson, right on half-time. Can he send his team to the sheds with an extra couple? He does exactly that. And the Highlanders will go to the break here at Suncorp with a very tidy 9-point lead over the Queensland Reds. Well, it was all Reds that kicked this off with that first beautiful try to Aiden Toa. It was all Highlanders after that, though, as the Reds just struggled to get their hands on the ball, much like the Highlanders in that opening 15 minutes. It is the Highlanders, though, who stormed away with the rest of that half, getting possession, 59% territory. The kicking of Robinson was very key in that first half comeback, 62% of territory. Tackles are even, handling errors are low, and line breaks just 3-2, 5 in the match. The Highlanders nudging that one out by a whisker. It is a tight match, but the Highlanders have made their chances tell. The Reds are struggling to contain their speed out wide, and the Highlanders might just fancy their chances here of getting another good result. Their first offshore match. Can they make it 4 from 4 against the Reds, who aren't having a bad season themselves, but are very, very quickly learning how to close out close matches. Will this one go to the wire in the second half? Stick around to find out. We have 40 more minutes of action coming right up. It will be Cooper to resume the match-up. Up he goes high. Of course, the Reds with the wind hit their back now, and Moen plucks it, gives it to Williams, who we haven't seen anything of. Oh, look out. Here's a speedy prop again. Finds a good bouncing pass, eventually going to Osborne. Everyone's in their ruck. Aaron Smith. Oh, what a pass to Afoa, who just barges his way down the touchline. Great run. He is in the form of his life. Again, Smith goes back for Robinson, who plugs this one straight down the centre of the field. And at the back there, Ray, has given a hospital pass to his outside centre, and Toa's been smashed. What a shocking ball that was. Oh, that's a good run there from Holmes, and he's gone up to halfway. Release. Beautiful show and tell from the big prop. And he sent them all packing as well. Big pass wide. Here's some trouble. It's a big chance out wide for the winger Bulakoro, who eventually gets taken down from Stowers. No fullback was in place there. Oh, over the top. Again, it's Holmes in a high shot. Aaron Smith looks like he's in trouble. The ref's calling him over. The two Smiths converging there. There's a shaking of the head, and there's a yellow card. Aaron Smith has gone to the bin again. Well, he's been the worst disciplined player over recent seasons. And he's got himself another yellow. Well, he was shaking his head in disbelief there. But Quade Cooper in that time is lining up a shot at goal. 3 points on offer. Here it comes when it is back. It's just short. And Williams has plucked it away. Robinson puts it onto his boot and hammers this downfield into the wind over halfway. And his captain, look at that, is pleased with that effort. What a recovery from the Highlanders. Man down as well. You see Armitage is there playing scrum half for the Highlanders. And here's Faianga, will throw in. Oh, it's stolen from Metallic. And Armitage, look at this from the flanker. Just bucks his way off the back. Oh, and they've lost it very quickly. Now they come left. Folau's got trouble. He takes in Bolokoro. And now Toa goes back to Faianga in the middle of the park. Here is the Reds again. Oh, beautiful change of direction. And Toa's breaking free. His pass is off the mark. And Gill, beautiful ball. And it's going to be Turner who gets in for the, big dive. Second try for the Reds. What a celebratory dive that was. For Turner, look at this. Magical stuff. Like once again, it was Toa. Gill had to go back for it, but that turnaround, our forward slipped and lost his footing. He was the only man back, and oh, what a dive. What a finish from Turner. Magical. That was a bad pass. It looked like it was going to break down, but in the end, it was only Retallick and Mullen who were chasing back. And a beautiful finish. The Reds are back in this game. And here's Cooper with the conversion. An important one as well. Steps up. 20 to go. Oh, that's a good one. Easy conversion. And the Reds are right back in. It's just 2 points adrift of the Highlanders heading into this final 20-minute period. Well, the Highlanders have a big 20 minutes in store here as once again it is Robinson who goes to the heavens and Turner's picked it up once again. He's taken from behind and Stills turns it over. Oh, and Stills throws it into touch. Oh, mistake. He had a man with him. Osborne was right on his shoulder. And it's gone astray. We have some changes. Nasimanu coming on for Falatau. Moore is on for Matu'u. We also have some changes in the back line. Sopawanga coming on. Oh, Hugh Pyle there, you see, he is on as well for Itzabeth. Sopawanga is on for Robinson. And we also have Ranger coming on the field as well for Folau. And the full list of changes there for the Highlanders. Big changes as well. Now here come the Reds, chasing this match through the talisman. Quade Cooper takes it in. Oh, he's lost it out here. Now it's one for Sopawanga. Feeds it. Beautiful ball over the top. Williams. Retallick. Oh, Retallick knocks on. Oh, big mistake from Brodie Retallick. That was the chance for that final killer blow for the Highlanders. Oh, it was 2-on-1. It was 3-on-1. Ranger was there. Stowers was there. The mistake goes begging. And once again, oh, look at this first up hit from the Highlanders. They're going to turn this over. They do. Brilliant work. Here's Nasimanu shrugging away the tackle. Beautifully done against Gill. Here comes the support. Might be too slow. Very slow. And the Highlanders lose the ball. Aaron Smith back on the field as Murphy tries a little run himself. The Reds have it all to do. Can they do it? Holmes away for Gill. Oh, Gill's been double hammered. And the Highlanders again get into this ruck. Can they turn this over? Can they finish on a high? Smith goes to the left. Finds Moore on the field. It's replacing the troubled Matu'u. Now Moen in midfield. Pops it over the top for Williams. Oh, brilliant work from Williams. Feeds it out wide for Stowers. Oh, just broke down a big bit there. Just a little mistake and it's all crumbled. Here's Gill. Oh, big hit and he gets it away. But they'll run out of room, the Reds. And Bolokoro goes into touch, trying desperately to keep it alive. He has failed there. And the Highlanders will get the line out. A 5-man line out. Now it's Moore. Of course, the Australian finds Pyle. Another Australian. Armitage, oh goodness me! It's falling apart here! This is just disastrous rugby for both sides. The ball eventually falls down for the Highlanders, who pick it up through Pyle. But it's going to go back for the scrum. The Reds forcing that. Oh, what could finish up here? Could be a grandstand finish. A minute to go. What have the Highlanders got in store? The scrum last time was perfect. The Reds this time sorted out. Buzzer goes. Full time. Who's got the final nerves to steal? Get here. Goes to Cooper. Oh, big shot on Cooper. Release. Aaron Smith hammers him. First up tackle. Here's Murphy going to Turner, and he's hammered. Release. Beautiful run off the line there again from the Highlanders. Gill goes short. Oh, that's a munching tackle there on McDouling. Still ball for the Reds though. Back it goes. Oh, Kinnear somehow finds the offload. Faianga over the top. Look out, it's Cooper. Gets away from Ranger. Release. The Highlanders may fancy this chance. They won't though. And again, Faianga slips through 1 and 2. Ball still there with the Reds. It's Turner popping it up. Gill through a couple, goes to ground. Release. The Highlanders cannot get this ball. Are they going to go for a drop goal here, the Reds? No, they're going to spin it wide. And once again, it's Fowey Sortia. Infield, oh, big shot there on slipper. The Reds still struggling along. Cooper looks wide. Here's a big chance. There's Polokuru once again. He's gone to ground on the 22. Can the Highlanders get this ball? No chance at the moment. Again, it goes up to Gill, who's going backwards. Highlanders, they crunch in that ruck as Murphy goes for a run. He's taken. Huge hit from Sopawanga. Who's going to have the final say? Again, it's Holmes. Oh, that's a big shot. Armitage. He does it. He has done it. Stefan Armitage. What a finish from the open side flanker. He just runs into touch and pumps it into the crowd. He has secured the victory for the Highlanders when the Reds were getting such a roll on. Boy, that has to be devastating for the Queenslanders. They gave the Highlanders the biggest test of the season so far. 14-12, the final score. The Highlanders have one man to thank in the end. That is Stefan Armitage. What a turnover. The Reds were looking on a huge rampaging piece of form. It's come unstuck for them. Armitage got in there quickly, turned it over, and just ran away from the defenders. Ran straight into the touchline. What a finish. The Reds were looking so good. Tails up, confidence high, but they couldn't finish the job. How much will that hurt them in the future? Let's check out the scores. For the Reds, it was Toa and Turner with 1 try apiece. Cooper missing that first up conversion, which in the end has cost his side the win. As for the Highlanders, Osborne and Stowers, the 2 wingers, 1 apiece for them. Robinson 2 from 2, didn't stay on the field for the whole match. Robbie Robinson. Sopawanga getting a bit of a run out here for the Highlanders. In the end, she was nearly dead even. 51-49 possession, 55-45 territory. The Highlanders choosing to use the wind a lot more in that first half than the Reds did in the second. High tackle, yellow card for Aaron Smith. Yep, it did cost them a try and made the game way more lively in the end. But the Highlanders, they have 8 men to thank, and that has to go down to their forwards, who were very good tonight. Their backline has slowly stuttered over the last 2 weeks. Changes maybe in the offering, but as for now, the win in the bank, another 4 points for the Highlanders. And we'll have to check out the table, see where they sit now, and who we have to look forward to for round 7 of the Super Rugby. So, seeing as the Highlanders had the last match of round 6, which they won by a whisker, 14-12 over the Reds. There's been 2 matches played since then. It is the Blues with a 8-point win over the Brumbies, and the Hurricanes with a 9-pointer over the Sharks, both at home to those New Zealand sides. But now the third match of the round is the Chiefs at home against the Highlanders. Back to New Zealand come the Highlanders, but boy, they've struggled a bit when they've left their home stadium. the standings look a bit like this. The Blues are out on top, 5 games played, 5 wins, 3 bonus points. The Highlanders just 4 points adrift, but a match in hand, equal on bonus points and a chance to go top if they can secure a 5-point bonus point win over the Chiefs, who are sitting down in 4th. The Hurricanes, the team in between the two, they have 7 points. The Chiefs, 1 win for them. The Hurricanes have 3, so a bit of a gap opening up already. The Crusaders round out the foot of the table with just 5 points. In South Africa, the Sharks lead the way, 15 for them. The Cheetahs, though, keeping a hold of them, just 1 match the gap between those two. The Stormers, another 3 points further back, and the Bulls and the Lions 3 points back again, rounding out that South African conference. Into Australia, and the Reds, well, a win against the Highlanders could have really catapulted them up to 18 points and put them right up there with the Waratahs, who are on 22. As it sits, though, the Brumbies are second on 15, the Reds 14, the Force 12, and the Rebels on 6. Well, that's a close conference there. The Waratahs have a good lead at the moment, but how long will they keep that for? And will the Reds and the Brumbies, and the Force for that matter, pick up their game for the rest of the season? And that sets us up nicely for round 7. The Highlanders going down to Waikato Stadium, back from Australia to face the Chiefs. Again, the squad fully fit and raring to go. Any changes? The backline didn't work so well there against the Reds. Matu'u had an off day. Maybe a change for him with Stephen Moore coming in to consolidate that hooker position. But yeah, any changes possible? Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you again next time for round 7. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and until then, take care.